Oh, thank you so much. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Rae Malcham. I am with BW Events Tech. We actually do have a little stand over in the Kickstart corner. We are an event technology consulting company. We work with a ton of different clients across the world to strategize, help implement, help select event tech. We're agnostic to all the different providers, so we partner with companies all over this hall in order to work with our clients on what's the best fit for them, how can they have the most efficient, seamless, engaging event technology experience for their attendees and their audience. So we work with some really big companies, different verticals. We work with Google, with Intuit, with Twilio, lots of different companies that we work with on all their events, right? So not just their big one, but their little webinars, their little events that they do all over the place. And because of that, like, we get to see tons of data. We get to see all the events that they have and across industries. So just to get a quick pulse, are you guys here like event planners? Do you work with, are you from a provider today? You're with an event planner? Oh, cool. And what about you? A provider? Cool. What about you? Okay, cool. So if you are an event planner at a company, you could think of us as like your partners, right? Your partners to come in, evaluate your tech stack, help you potentially consolidate it, use the tools you have to the best of your abilities, and also if you are a provider, no, come on in. If you're a provider, then we partner with you to help clients better understand how to use your tool. We help them get the best value out of your tools. We make recommendations based on your budget, based on your needs and what you want to accomplish with your event. So that's just a little bit of an overview. And because we do so many events, so BW, for example, we've produced over 1,000 events across different industries, different platforms, different tools. And so we have a lot of data, like so much data now that we like don't even know what to do with it because it's all segmented across different platforms. It's segmented across different reg databases, but we have so much data that our team is really starting to take this next year and evaluate, like, what can we do with this? How can we present it to our clients in ways that they can start implementing some new and innovative changes to change the way that they're doing things? And so we've been seeing a lot of trends. We get to see trends across platform, across industry, across size of event, such as attrition, such as people dropping out of events, their survey feedback. And one thing we've been really interested in lately is the data around post-event. It's like, what are we doing with all this content, with all these attendees after the event? And what typically happens, and I would love to know if this like resonates with you guys, is that the event's over. These companies leave their platforms open for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and they want people to come back in. They want them to come back in and go watch all this on-demand content that they created, but no one's doing it. And I don't know if you guys can resonate, but you have all these events with all these on-demand sessions that you probably put in thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds or euros to create, but it's just sitting there. And then you do another event, and then that content's sitting on that platform, and you do another event. I talked to a woman today. She told me that her company did 200 events last year. 200 unique registrations, unique URLs, unique logins, that if any person wanted to go watch 5 of those 200, that's 5 URLs that they have to go find, 5 logins, 5 separate registrations just to go watch the same content from one company. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Just even some like head nods. You're like, yes, I see you. And so we're seeing this over and over. We're seeing it with every type of client. It's just so isolated. And it's creating a lot of problems. We're seeing attendees lose interest faster. We're seeing customers stop registering for events because they're just getting frustrated. I mean, think about how often you feel like you have to go, like, get your credit card from another room to buy something when that company should already have it stored for you. Think about having an account where your information is stored. I mean, we do this every day. I was thinking today, you know, when we have an account with an airline, we get to pre-fill all of our information to book a new flight. When we have an account with, you know, Amazon or a retail store, we get to see all of our orders. We get to see our previous things we bought. We can reorder stuff. Our history, our behavior is stored, and it actually makes our life easier and more seamless to work with that brand. So how many of you have logged into an event after it's over, more than 10 days after the event, to watch content? 2. All right. Good sample size. So I pulled some data from like our events. We have so many. And I saw that on average, from like a lot of our clients, we have about maybe 30 people a day that would log into a platform within the first week after an event. After an event is over for a month, we see less than 10 people logging in a day to watch content. And so it's just sitting there, taking up space. The marketing team, over time, they all move on to another event, and this content that is still relevant is just sitting there. We've got to stop. I mean, it's truly madness that we keep asking people to go in over and over and over again to do this. I was noticing this week, just thinking about this topic, you know, I recently moved to Glasgow from the US, and so I've started a new account with British Airways because now I have to use them to fly everywhere. But I went to book another flight, and, you know, I pre-filled my name in the info. They now default my departure city to Glasgow because they know that's my most common airport that I fly out of. They send me deals for flights leaving that city. I get perks and discounts and upgrades the more I fly with them. They learn my preferences. They learn if I like aisle seats or window seats more. And it's just because I have one account, right? So they're building this profile about me over time. I don't have to check out as a guest every time, and I don't want to. The more they know about me, the better it is for me as a consumer. And so I was like, we could be doing this with events. Like, this is crazy. We have the same concept. So imagine one place for one account that you can log into. You can see all the content and videos from all the events from one company in one library. Even companies that you didn't register, events that you didn't register for, like just a webinar that you missed. You don't have to re-register anywhere to go watch it. Imagine just one simple webinar. You don't even have to launch a new registration for it. You can just play the webinar in your main event hub where anyone who has an account can watch it. You can learn their behavior. You can, you know, make recommendations. You can make other resources available to them. And so this concept is not new for us, but it's kind of new in events, and it shouldn't be. And we're really passionate about this at BW because we want to see our clients get the most value from their events. We want to see consumers feel like a more seamless experience to watch content, to view content, you know, to get what they need without hurdles. And so while there is a product that we've built that is doing this, I really want us to get the value prop today. My goal today is really, as people in event technology, that we become advocates for making lives easier for our target audience, making it easier for our consumer, helping them build a profile that's easy to access all of the content that we produce for them. I mean, attendees have no idea what we go through for them. I mean, and then we put it on a website and just hope that they show up. And so while we've been working on this solution, we've really been thinking of that in mind. How do we extend the life of content? How do we reduce the number of event registrations and event logins and event URLs? How do we build an actual useful customer profile so that they can get access to everything that we have for them? And how do we take this concept of event platform and get out of the one event at a time model? I mean, this event company earlier, that 200 events last year. What happens when they do 200 more this year? They have 400 events in 2 years, 400 URLs, 400 logins. It's all sitting out there. They have no way to really see easily if I watched 5 of them, if I attended 6 of them. No way to see that. Oh, I lost this. And that's really what we've been working on to change. So I'm going to take a minute or so. I'm going to walk you through what we've built and this concept that you guys can look at it now thinking of an attendee who has now an account with an event hub and everything that they can do and see, right? So we'll see if I can do this. All right. So imagine for a second you have now made an account just like you would with an airline, with ASOS, with anything you buy from. You sign in. You now have like upcoming events or your most popular sessions that you are recommending. They don't have to be registered. They just have an account. You have the opportunity to favorite, and you have a queue at the top, just like Netflix, just like things in Amazon. Save for later, save for later. Maybe you don't have time to watch something right now, but you want to come back to it. And you only have to come back to one place. That's it. You don't have to go track down what event it was that you couldn't remember what session you wanted to go to. Imagine searching not just across one event, but all sessions for all your events, continuing to build on one another. Then you have sign up to play. We have multiple auth methods. You want to have your own account with a name and email? You want to use your Gmail account? We don't care. Just create a profile. This is a one account login. We get your info. You go see another event. You're like, oh, I want to register for that. We now have that info. We can just send your information to register you for a future events without having to go through a reg form over and over again. You want to, one sec, watch a video here. It's a webinar. Here's how to create events that work. And it's all in that same place. Now we know you watched it. Imagine with you having an audience that needs like CE credits. We can tell them at the end of the year, you watched 4 hours of content in this topic in your field. That's, counts to your continuing education. Sorry, we're walking through some stuff. And then this one, here's this library concept I mentioned. So think of all the videos, all the audio sessions, all of the sessions you've done for a whole year in one place. You have topics from all your events, and you can sit and watch it here in one spot. We can recommend them to you. You can see how most recent they are, what date they got published, and create this consistent experience that people are so familiar with. I mean, really, it's just looking at what we already know and taking that into consideration when it comes to events. So I am going to pause and open for questions. Because really what I want you guys to take away is we have the ability to do this. It's simple. We can easily pull 200 events into one hub, one login, and make people have the ease and accessibility to get this. This is the other thing. We're not making any new content here. We're just repurposing the content that we already have and extending the life, extending the value, getting it to a broader audience, and taking this single event registration, single event login, single event piece away from the equation, and then opening this up to such a greater audience. So thank you all for your time and for engaging and taking a look at this. It really is just something as event tech professionals we want to advocate for together, right? That we all see the value in this. So would love to know your thoughts, and sounds like we have a assistant to come.
That's literally my job. I'm here to walk around and give a microphone to people.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions about the system or anything they'd like to raise at all? No? Okay, I think we're good. In terms of if people want to kind of find out more information about this, obviously there's an opportunity to come and see you today. You're here in that corner, and also they can find you online, I'd imagine.
Yes, I'm trying to find my mouse, but yeah, so a couple ways to talk to us. Brandon and I are at the BW booth for the rest of the day. You can look up bweventstech.com. This QR code will just take you to my LinkedIn that you can just send me a connect. Let me know, hey, I saw your session. Would love to learn more about event tech. Would love to learn more about what is Event Center. How could I implement it? How can my clients implement it? And that'll be a really easy way to get in touch with me.
Lovely, thank you. And all of the sessions that have run on all of the stages, both today and yesterday, will be available online through the Event Tech Live platforms over the next few weeks. So make sure you keep an eye on those. You'll be able to rewatch anything you've already watched and also take a look at all of the host of sessions that have happened over the last couple of days. So thank you very much for being with us.
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, we have a little bit of time left, so I'll hang out around here. If you guys want to talk face-to-face or have any questions, come on over.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you, Rae.